We get the lore behind Drago and Nilius, and the dragons developed the Death Star? I am Haru Ren. Welcome to my review of episode 12 of Bakugan Gen 3. So spoiler warning, if you haven't seen this episode yet, go back and watch it now. But if you have, sit back, relax, and enjoy my review of episode 12 of Gen 3. The first part is terrible, bitter history. Mia wakes up to find her dad is looking into VESTROIAN technology. But enough of that, we got Dan and Juno fighting and Mia is babysitting the twin cousins again. But Mia tells her friends about her dad.
I was afraid to tell you. I didn't want to believe he would experiment on Bakugan.
Honestly, I don't like how this gets revealed. It would have been better if Mia had kept this a secret and this gets out to the Misfits when she becomes forced to confront him or something.
I just hacked in.
Again? Hacking into my dad's phone is not cool.
I don't know if Mia's afraid of finding the classified info or finding his browser history. Juno finds out that Mia's dad is retrieving an old VESTROIAN technology, and Drago reveals that that is part of a Death Star that the Dragon Bakugan developed. Holy crap, are we really dragging Star Wars into this franchise too? Even though the cannon is no longer functioning, the real weapon is the Kogito drive inside. I'm not even gonna ask where that name came from.
It is a weapon that we developed on my home planet. We called it the Galaxy Cannon.
If you close your eyes and listen, Drago sounds a lot more Optimus Prime than usual. I'm not against it, it's just really funny. Drago explains the drive itself is very dangerous if it can be refurbished, so they need to go get it.
Doesn't Mia's dad have it?
Looks like he's bringing the cannon to Mia's house.
What the hell? Mia's dad is just allowed to bring top secret sensitive alien technology to his place of residence, the least secure place on the planet, to just study with his family potentially watching? Look at this! He even travels on the highway with it right out in the open in the back of his truck for everyone to see and possibly intercept. What kind of idiot would think this is smart? So the Misfits go to stake out Mia's house while Juno and TC watch Mia's cousins. Holy crap, I don't care. But hey, we actually get a background story about Drago and Nilius. Aren't you staking out Mia's house right now? Why do you think out of all the time you've been on Earth that this is the time you think is the best to talk about this? So pretty much Drago and Nilius were army commanders who both had different worldviews. Drago wanted to encourage peace and diplomacy, while Nilius was a warmonger who desired control over the galaxy. While Nilius wanted to use the Death Star, Drago wanted to destroy it to encourage peace. You know what's different? The lore behind this generation is a lot more deeper than the previous generations. The previous Gen Bakugans, we barely knew that much about them at first. Gen 2, we didn't know anything about Drago or his history on Vestroia. Only he was Maximus that stopped Tico. Gen 1, I think Drago tried to stop Naga, but that was concurrent to the events of Earth. At least here in this gen, they established some meaningful lore not only for Drago and the main villain, but also for the Bakugan as a whole. The galaxy where the Bakugan live in are caught in a major interplanetary war due to the planets developing planet-killing weapons, and the planet's politics constantly debate over war and peace. Nilius wants to try and preserve the traditions of segregation and desires total domination, while Drago wants diversity and progressiveness among the different species. It's actually really good. In fact, wait a minute. Could this be political commentary on real-life conservatives and Democrats? I'm not really one to get into politics on this channel, but the parallels are just too big to ignore. During Drago and Nilius' debate over whether or not to destroy or use the Death Star, you actually see both points of view and kind of agree with both of them. Destroying the Death Star could show the dragon's desire for compromise, but Nilius thinks the other Bakugan will take advantage of it and launch a sneak attack, therefore at least keeping it can prevent that. I really do like that this is actually giving us a deeper insight into our hero and our villain, regardless of the stupid circumstances it took to get here, but they still deliver this is legit a tragic backstory that really makes Drago, Nilius, and even the other Bakugan more interesting. Drago lost a brawl to Nilius because he got cheap-shotted from behind to save a dragon, and when Nilius fired the Death Star, a wormhole opened up and caused the Bakugan to be sent to Earth, which is how we got Gen 3. This is legit very interesting and engaging stuff, I really like it. So Mia's dad returns to the house and we move on to We're Great with Rodents, where it starts off at the exact same place that we left off before. Seriously, get rid of the 2 11-minute episode format, please, it's so stupid! Mia's dad is going to study the cannon, how did he get that thing off the truck by himself, and the Misfits have to try and get Mia's dad out of the garage to take out the drive.
What if we shout that the ice cream truck is coming? That'll work for sure.
Or we could set off the truck's car alarm.
The truck is parked right in front of the garage. It looks like there's no space in between there. No way he will not still be able to spot you tampering with the alien tech or right in front of his truck.
Who thinks we should go with ice cream? Truck alarm it is. Let's go.
Oh, hey Dan, can you shout a little louder? I don't think Mia's dad can hear you from Australia.
Let's go.
So Dan, Mia, and Griffin go to set off the truck alarm, but Mia's mom, voiced by Laura Miyata, catches them and sees Mia in her streetwear.
I can explain.
Mia's face animation here is really hilarious. Mia's mom faints, but she wakes up forgetting Mia was dressed in her misfit wear, and while Mia's mom is getting to know Dan and Griffin, they recreate the house scene from the first Transformers movie.
On a second. Let me get just a little bit closer here. Then, oh, no.
Please, please. No, wait. No, no.
Oops. Sorry, my bad.
Wait. Oh.
Let us check it out for you. It's not a problem.
Yeah, not to brag, but we're great with rodents.
You have a rodent infestation. Shall I terminate?
So after the kids manage to evade Mia's mom, Mia's dad is preparing to take the cannon back to the lab. Again, why was this here in the first place?
All right. The rest is up to you, Drago.
There is no way Dan triggered the truck alarm and not get spotted by Mia's dad. There is also no way Drago snuck into the garage and left without Mia's dad or mom spotting him, unless Drago has invisibility powers or something. They get the drive from the cannon. I guess Mia's mom is not going to question where Mia and her friends went, but as they're running, they are stopped by Bowser? What's Bowser doing in Bakugan?
Peaches, 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 peaches.
I'm honestly surprised American Dragon Jake Long isn't in this. So this guy who looks like a Nintendo cease and desist waiting to happen, his name is not mentioned, nor do I actually care about him. If he was voiced by Jack Black, I probably would care a little bit. Yeah, I know it's impossible to get Jack Black to voice this kid, and it's an understandable missed opportunity, but it's a missed opportunity nonetheless. He's fighting to get the drive, and legit, there is no reason for this fight to even happen other than needing to meet their corporate-mandated Bakugan Brawl quota for this episode. You know, if Nilius wanted the drive, he could have just came to get it himself. He does so at the end of the episode. Literally no reason to send putty patrollers after the misfits. Though Mia changing her hologram before the fight is badass. The fight itself just feels pointless. The Bowser kid just doesn't feel like a threat. Ventry is fighting in Titanium Evolution and Bowser's kid Smoke is just in regular form. There is just no contest here. But the animation is good. So Mia wins, the Misfits bring the Kokito drive back to the mod.
So, Drago, what do we do with this?
Destroy it so it can't be misused.
Could we study it for just a little bit?
Absolutely not. I now know the problems it can create.
So just destroy it then. Throw it to the floor and step on it. Why are you still hanging on to it? But it turns out Drago has another secret that he's been keeping from the Misfits. Turns out he tried sabotaging the Death Star to blow up by itself after losing to Nilius, but he now realized the result was the portals that led to the Bakugan being sent to Earth. So Gen 3 is all Drago's fault.
I broke the rules. So I tampered with the Kokito drive. But Griffin made me realize earlier that it must have formed an anomaly in the system. It's because of me those portals malfunctioned.
But the real crime was that Drago broke the Bakugan tradition of combat to try and stop a war.
I know I broke our sacred Bakugan tradition, but it was the only thing I could do to prevent an interplanetary war.
I mean, Nilius technically cheated to win, but then again, what rulebook says otherwise? So it's basically like the real-life Gen 3 game. But oh no, Nilius overheard the whole thing!
Dragonoid, that is a serious crime you committed.
Next time on Bakugan, the execution of Dragonoid!
That is a serious crime you committed. Yes, very serious.
You are going to use a Death Star to pretty much commit a war crime. What sounds worse? Using a planet-destroying laser and potentially committing mass genocide, or breaking tradition to stop you from committing said atrocity? I know they technically still got ripped from their homes because of Drago, but I'm pretty sure it's better than being dead. So that was episode 12 of Bakugan Gen 3. Let me know what your rating of the show was in the comments down below. This episode was pretty good. I actually enjoyed watching it. I like that they really gave the backstory and lore of Dragonoid and Nilius, and as a result, really made the Bakugan super interesting. There was a lot of history and lore behind Drago and Nilius, that their motivations, even though you obviously take Drago's side on it, you come to understand Nilius' point of view as well, no matter how messed up it really is. You can understand it and not agree with it. I just wish the setup to what leads to this was handled a little better. Like, why did Drago wait until having to stake out Mia's his house to give his backstory. I don't know, that just seems really weird to me. And it seems like something that could have been one of the earliest episodes, but I guess better late than never, I suppose. The action wasn't fantastic by this gen standards. It was obviously done to fulfill a quota. I just didn't feel any soul in it. But regardless, it clearly wasn't the focus, and I can tell that they at least tried to make it look cool. And the backstory was a warm welcome with an ending that leaves you wanting to know what's going to happen next. So I'll give this a low Baku-tastic, almost at Baku good. Thank you for watching this review of Bakugan Gen 3. Be sure to press the like button and give us a subscribe for more awesome Bakugan content. I've been Haru Ren, thank God for Rapid Fire, and Ventry is based. Bye!